Hi students, we are looking at electrical circuit theory. Okay, uh, the first chapter. Okay, this is where we stopped in the last session. Kirchhoff laws. Kirchhoff laws are comprehensive than Ohm's law and are used for solving electrical networks. Okay, the two Kirchhoff laws are Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law states that the algebraic sum of currents in a junction of a circuit is zero, or the sum of the currents entering to the junction is equal to the sum of currents leaving away from the junction. Okay. Consider these five conductors carrying currents. Assume positive signs for the current flowing towards the junction and negative signs for the current flowing away from the junction. Then, if you apply that law, what is the equation here? I1 plus I3 plus I4 minus I2 minus I5 equal to 0. Okay, or otherwise I1 plus I3 plus I4 equal to I2 plus I5. So the sum of the currents entering to the junction, that is I1 plus I3 plus I4, equal to the sum of the currents leaving away from the junction, that is I2 plus I5. Okay. What is Kirchhoff's voltage law? It states that in any closed circuit, the algebraic sum of voltage is zero. That is, the sum of the voltage rises in a closed network is equal to the sum of the voltage drops. So consider a simple closed electric circuit. Okay, if you apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, for this circuit, if we start from somewhere, okay, from here maybe E minus V3 minus V2 minus V1 equal to 0. Okay, or E equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. The polarities of the voltage are plus here minus here for V1, plus here minus here for V2, plus here and minus here for V3. Okay, so what is V1? V1 equal to I into R1. What is V2? I into R2. What is V3? I into R3. Okay, so E equal to E is nothing but I into R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, so determine the currents in different branches of the circuit shown in figure by applying Kirchhoff laws. Currents in different branches. Okay, using Kirchhoff laws. Right. See in this second diagram, the current flowing in this is I1. Let's assume this current is I2. Okay. Here at B, both the currents are meeting, and the current away is, if you denote it as X equal to the currents entering towards the junction, that is I1 plus I2. Okay, so this is nothing but I1 plus I2. Okay, current leaving equal to currents entering, sum of the currents entering. Alright, now you can apply KVL, right? By applying Kirchhoff laws, that is what is mentioned in the problem. So let's apply KVL, apply in the loop AB, AB, E, F, A. This is the loop. Okay, so if you traverse like this, see the current is flowing in your direction, right? So this is positive, this voltage drop is positive. So let's write the KVL equation here. 3 I1, okay, 3 I1 plus 20 into I1 plus I2, okay, minus 100 equal to 0. It depends on which terminal you are encountering first. In the loop you encounter negative terminal first, right? You're traversing like this. Okay, since you encountered negative terminal first, this is minus 100. Okay, if you encounter positive terminal first, then this will be plus 100. Like that you have to take for the batteries or the voltage sources. The sign for batteries or the voltage sources. This equation can be simplified, I guess. Yes, this can be simplified in the next step. How to simplify it? 3 plus 20, 23 I1 Okay, 20 I2. Okay, 23 I1, 20 I2 equal to 100. This is equation 1. Okay, what about equation 2? Again apply a loop in in which loop? CBE DC, CBE DC, CBE DC. Okay, so current is flowing in the same direction as we are traversing, so this is positive. 4 into I2. Okay, this is 4 into I2, right? Plus 20 into I1 plus I2. Again we are encountering negative terminal first, so this becomes minus 110. Okay, now you can simplify this equation, right? Right, you can simplify that equation. How to simplify? 20 I1 is 20 I1, 4 plus 20 I2 is 24 I2, and this becomes 110. So if you solve these two equations, you can find I1 and I2. Okay, two equations are there, two unknowns are there. You can solve either using Cramer's rule or matrix inversion method, or otherwise by substitution method, whatever the method you like. Okay, you can apply any one of the methods and find the solution for I1 and I2. But what is being asked to find? Determine the currents in different branches. So different branch currents. Branch AB current is I1, branch BC current is I2, branch BE current is I1 plus I2. So you need to find I1, I2 first, and then I1 plus I2 also. Once you know I1 and I2, you can find I1 plus I2, right? See, like we got 23 I1, 20 I2. That is our first equation. Second, 20 I1, 24 I2. 20 I1, 24 I2. That is second equation. These people used Cramer's method to find the I1 and I2. Okay, right. Find the current in the 3 ohm resistor in the circuit shown in figure. Okay, this current we need to find, that is I1 plus I2, right? Whatever it may be, we have to follow the same method, right? Current I1, you are assuming the current I2 here. Okay, then both the currents entering this node, and there is only one path for the current to flow, then these must add each other. So I1 plus I2 will be flowing here, I1 will go from here, I2 will go like this from here. Okay, now what you need? Current flowing here you need, right? So apply again two loop equations, again A B E F A. Okay, that is again I1 plus 3 into I1 plus I2. Okay, minus 10 equal to 0. Okay, because you encountered negative terminal first while traversing this loop. Okay, so this equation can be simplified, isn't it? Yes, I hope so. 3 plus 1 is 4 I1. Okay, then this becomes 3 I2 equal to 10. That is your first equation. What about second equation? Again proceed in the same lines. CBEDC, this becomes 2 I2, 2 I2, I2 plus 3 I1 plus I2 minus 20. Okay, since we encountered negative terminal first, that becomes minus 20. Okay, right. Then this becomes 3 I1 Coming to I2, 3 plus 2, 5I2 equal to 20. Okay, right. Now you got the point, right? You solve these two equations, find I1 and I2. This current will be I1 plus I2. You need to find I1 plus I2 as well. These people used the Cramer's rule to find I1 and I2. Okay, let's see some other problem. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, a Wheatstone bridge. ABCD is arranged as follows. AB is 1 ohm, BC is 2 ohm, CD is 3 ohm, DA is 4 ohm. A galvanometer of resistance 5 ohm is connected between B and D. Okay, a battery of 4 volts is with internal resistance of 1 ohm is connected between A and C. Calculate the current flow through 5 ohm. That is galvanometer. Okay. See how he proceeded. This current he assumed as I1, this current as I2. Okay, and this current is I3. If I3 current is leaving from I1, the remaining current is I1 minus I3 that will flow in branch BC. Okay, so I2 and I3 will come here and meet at D, and that the sum of these two currents will flow in the branch DC, I2 plus I3. So this is what I1 minus I3, right? This current I3 is flowing like this, I1 is flowing like this. Since I3 is given, this is I1 minus I3. If we add these two up, this becomes I1 plus I2. So the initial current is I1 plus I2, then the final current in the branch should be I1 plus I2 only. Okay, the current entering here must be equal to the current leaving from C. Okay, then only you are correct, otherwise you made a mistake somewhere. Okay, which you can cross check anyway. Now loops. ABDA is one loop, PCDB is one loop. You have to take one more loop. Any outer loop you have to take to get one more equation, because you have three unknowns I1, I2, I3. You need three equations, three independent equations. ABDA, this loop. What is KVL? KVL in ABDA is nothing but I1, okay, plus 5I3, okay, minus C, the current is flowing away from you. That means this is the loop direction, A to B, B to D, D to A, but the current is just opposite to your direction, your loop's direction. So you have to take negative sign. What is the voltage drop? 4I2 equal to what? Equal to 0. This is equation 1. Okay. What about BCDB? BCDB, the equation is 2 into 2 into I1 minus I3 minus 3 into I2 plus I3, because the currents are coming towards you. Okay, they're not flowing in the same direction. That's why negative sign. Oh, again negative sign. Minus 5I3 minus 5I3 equal to 0. This is not. So this is equation 1. Equation 2 has to be formed from this. What is equation 2 then? 2I1 yes, 2I1. What about I2? Minus 3I2 minus 3I2. What about I3? Minus 2 minus 3 minus 5 minus 10 then. plus 3I2 minus 3I2 minus 2I3 minus 3I3 minus 5I3 minus 10I3. Okay, this is second equation, BCDB. Okay, what about third equation, ADCA? ADCA is the loop. ADCA, this loop they took. You can also take ABCA. That loop also you can equivalently take. No problem. Still you will get the answer whatever the loop you take, either downward loop or upward loop. Okay, let's take ADCA. 4I2. Yes, 4I2 plus 3 into I2 plus I3, because the current flow is in the same direction, is in the loop's direction. Otherwise, first you encounter negative terminal of the battery while coming like this, so minus 4 plus internal voltage drop is there, right? That is I1 plus I2 into 1 equal to 0 again. Okay, so I1 is I1 only. Okay, I2 is 4 plus 3 7 plus 1 8 I2. What about I3? Only one I3, 3 I3, that is also plus, equal to, it's not 0, right? We encountered 4 in the middle, so this is equal to 4. Now you can use your Cramer's rule to find I1, I2, I3, but what you need is I3, so delta 3 by delta. Okay, I1 plus 8I2 plus 3I3, okay, equal to 4, is equal to 4, like that. Okay, so delta 3 by delta is the given answer, so we got the answer. So a Wheatstone bridge again consists of AB is this, BC is this, CD is this, DA is this. Galvanometer of resistance 20 ohm is connected across BD. Calculate the current through the galvanometer when a potential difference of 10 volts is maintained across AC. So this is the figure. Okay, like every time we took I1 plus I2 here, I1 flowing like this, I2 is flowing like this. From here again I3 is flowing like this, so remaining current I1 minus I3 is flowing to 10 ohm. These two currents are meeting at the, so the overall current in CD branch, DC branch is I2 plus I3. When you add I1 minus I3 plus I2 plus I3, you will end up getting I1 plus I2. That is what the incoming current is, so that should equal to outgoing current. Again loop ABDA, what is there? 10 into I1 plus 20 into I3 minus 5 into I2 equal to 0. That is one equation. Again BCDB 10 into I1 minus I3 minus 4 into I2 plus I3 minus 20 into I3 equal to 0. Take any loop, either top loop or bottom loop. Let's take AD CA as usual. So 5 into I2 plus 4 into I2 plus I3 minus 10 equal to 0. Okay, if you solve these three equations, you can get any current. So what you need to find? I3, current flowing through the galvanometer, that is delta 3 upon delta. Okay. Again, Wheatstone bridge problem consists of 10 ohms, so 30 ohms, so 15 ohms, 20 ohms. Galvanometer resistance 40 ohm is connected across BD. Calculate the current through the galvanometer and a PD of 2 volts is maintained across ALC. Again, problem is similar. The procedure is also similar. Okay. So, what is these review questions all about? All theory questions are there. Okay. Oh, there are certain problems. Very small problems are still there, I guess. We will be solving those problems. Okay. Okay, let's solve all the problems then. Okay. So we will stop it here then. We'll solve the all problems in this review questions. Okay. In the next session. Okay. Nandri, vanakkam. Are you tired of dental problems? Then listen to this. Stop brushing your teeth using plastic brush and chemical paste. Use nature's gifted neem stick for brushing your teeth and stay healthy.